Where are you at with the league and Rypien1? Can you just give us an update?
Yeah, we're gonna have a hearing on Friday morning, and go to New York tomorrow, and we'll go through the hearing process and see how it turns out.
Lane said that you spoke to him today. What has he said about what happened?
Well, this was totally unexpected, I think, by everybody, and certainly in our experience with Rick, that we never would have expected an event like this to occur. He's been a solid guy on our team. He's a good teammate. He's good in the community, so it was something completely unexpected, and sometimes things happen, and we have to deal with it.
Expect the league to take into consideration that he hasn't really done something like this before?
I hope so. They always look at previous experience and whether there's a tendency or prior history of this type of event, and we're hopeful that they will consider every factor and make a decision that's appropriate.
That being said, how serious of offense do you think this would be to a Montreal fan?
I'm not sure. This is my first experience with it, and I know that we're going to work with the league, and we're going to abide by their decision, and we're going to try and get the best result we can for Rick and our team, and that's basically all we can do. Go through the process and explain who he is and what he's all about, and see how that works.
What was his state of mind today?
He was reluctant to talk about things. He was trying to consider what had happened, and I'm not sure that the full impact had been felt yet, but he's coming along, and we spent a lot of time with him today, and he obviously he regrets what's occurred, but again, it was an unexpected event for everybody, so I think that until we deal with the league and deal with how they view things, we'll just have to keep our comments to a minimum.
What's your reaction to the report out of Minnesota that the fan is considering legal action?
I have no reaction to that. If that's the case, we'll deal with it. But I wouldn't comment on it anyway if it had begun, because it's a legal matter, and that's what you deal with.
Do you think your organization owes him an apology?
Well, I know you guys expect things to happen in meteoric fashion, but we're still digesting what occurred and how it occurred and the events leading up to it, and we're going to go through that process, and we'll act appropriately.
What's your reaction to what occurred?
My reaction was the word unexpected is probably the best adjective I could have. We didn't anticipate any event like that from a player of Rick's stature and the person he is. There were events that led up to it, and we're going to support him. He's a valuable member of our team. He's a great character guy. His teammates love him, and this was just something totally out of character, in my opinion.
So you will be in New York to defend him? Is that your position?
I'm going to be in New York to support him.
Can you share what his side of the story is? Did the fans say anything to him? Or is there any other extenuating
until we have the
circumstances?
hearing, we're going to discuss the events leading up to what happened at the hearing, and we're going to keep it private until then.
A hearing suggests it's going to be at least a 5-game suspension. Does it surprise you that it's going to be a minimum of 5?
I hadn't been focused on what the suspension is, to tell you the truth. I was more focused on what occurred and our reaction to it. We have another 22 players on this team and coaching staff and a lot of people that care about our players, and we're dealing with that today, and we'll deal with the league and the hearing on Friday.
How serious is it of an issue when a player does go into the stands and have an altercation with a fan in general?
Well, I'm not going to answer a general question like that. Obviously, I'm not going to deal in generalities. If we're dealing in specifics, I can talk about it. And in this case, I'm not going to, because it's a pending hearing in front of the league. But I'm not going to talk about general fan-player interaction in that context.
This is a player who the organization has supported through a lot of injuries. Obviously, he went through a personal situation, took a lengthy leave. Do you think, given that he's let the organization down by doing what he did?
No, he hasn't let anybody down. Sometimes in the heat of the moment, things occur that are totally out of character and unexpected, like I said earlier, and I would attribute that in this circumstance to that. Rick has certainly not let me down in any way, and I'm going to support him.
Who do you expect will be in the room when you have the hearing from the NHL side?
I'm not sure, but I expect the commissioner will be there, and I expect that Colin Campbell will be there, and Deputy Commissioner Bill Daly.
What's your opinion of Rick as a person?
I like Rick as a person. Always have and always will. Thanks.
Thanks, Mike.
Looking to bring anybody up?
Not right now.